Alrighty, back for part 2. Did some of the mudding / spackling, however you want to call it. It's been a few days. Reason why I haven't done anything is because I was waiting for this to completely dry. As you can see, there's some parts that are still pink. So I got this stuff that's pink, goes on pink, and dries white. And I did want to put a little bit more on some of the areas to even it out. But as you can see right here, it's still pink. It's still kind of malleable. And right here I want to fill in. I want to get this as smooth as possible before I put the texture down and paint over. Fill this in. I sanded some of this down right here. That's why it looks like it's sand down. I need to sand it down a little bit more. But for the most part, I have it in there. So because I've been waiting on this, I have not put up the rack yet. I definitely want to get this smoothed out, textured, and painted before I put the 2x4s. Gonna have to put 2x4 right here and up there where you can see the line. I have it marked off to where it's gonna show where the stud's gonna be. So I do have my 2x4s ready to go. I'm actually thinking about, I think this might be too short to hit both of the studs. So I'm trying to hit the stud right here and the stud right here. I know right here the stud's right there. I'm just not sure how far out it will go. I'm not sure if it's right here. If it is, it's right on the edge. I'm not comfortable with that on the edge right there, so I might just take it all the way out here and then probably like right about here. And I know I'll have to angle in to capture that stud to make sure I get a good mount on there, because I do plan on filling it up with a whole bunch of network gear. So in the meantime, what I have been doing is working on the light switches. On my single pole light switches, I went ahead and took care of, like this one right here. I have not done the one in this hallway due to the fact this is a 3-way and I need some time to do a 3-way, because the last time I did a 3-way switch, it took quite a few efforts for me to figure it out. But light switch, fan switch, in the bathroom, I had a little bit of an incident. Not due to improper wiring, but just to the fact, where did I put those switches? Just for the fact that I had some exposed wire. Yeah, get some light. So I end up frying 2 of my dimmers, so I had to repurpose some of my other dimmers. And you can hear the fuse that was in there blew. I'm not sure if I can take this apart and replace the fuse. I'm just gonna take it apart just to play with it. I just like to tinker for stuff like that. But I could do this one up here. This is just a light switch outside and a fan outside. But I'll wait when I start doing this one, when I do all my 3-ways. Nothing in the living room or over here. This is a 3-way up here, which I'm not sure why they did I mean, it's literally right there, but in my study, right, fan, different fan speeds. fan's a little loud for some reason. All the other fans are pretty decent when it comes to the noise level. Turn them on. Like I said, can't do this one because I borrowed one of the switches, but this is the Claro switch, which will be used with the exhaust fan. I didn't want to use a regular on-off, regular Caseta switch because it's still like the light bulb on there. That way this one just flip up, out to turn it on, and then down, just a clicker, which I like. The Jack and Jill bathroom. Over here is a three-way, because I got this one right here, and this one over here. So this one will actually have the newer, the Diva and the Claro in this bathroom. I was thinking about doing the other bathroom with a Claro too. Not Claro, but a Diva. Just to make sure that these two bathrooms were matching. But I put the smart accessory switch on this one, which I had to order another one because I was one short. I didn't calculate correctly. But this is the accessory switch. So I'm just waiting on one more from Amazon to ship. I'm on my air mattress couch, fireplace. Got my music going. I did have to replace the bulbs in this one. For some reason, they won't dim properly. So I went to Dollar General, got some cheap LED bulbs. Back here, 60 watt. I think I'm gonna keep them in here. I wasn't sure they're gonna be bright enough. But this one, I think I have to replace these over here. Because if you turn it on, will work when it turn on. As soon as you try to dim, you see one is on, the others are completely off. So I gotta replace the bulbs in that one. I mean, everything else is coming along. Like I said, just waiting on this to dry. Once that dries, I'll put a little bit more of the spackling down, even it out, get it nice and even across the board. And then I'll put some texture down on the very smooth parts, and I'll paint. Get about a good couple coats of good paint on there before I mount the 2x4. So I'm probably just gonna go ahead and get some more 2x4s and give them a little longer. That way because I can extend the one at the top to where it comes all the way out here, where I know it will grab that stud right here. And then I have to be cognizant of the trim kit that goes around here and make sure that I have enough space to where that 2x4 bumps up against it, but leaves enough space for the door to open up and everything. I'm going to go ahead and run new cat wire. I'm not sure if I'm going to do cat 6, cat 6A, or I just want to go overboard and get cat 8, not cat E, but cat 8. And then what I'll do is I'll take the existing telephone wires, one of the telephone wires, but existing cat 6E cable that's in the walls, and use those as telephone wires for each of the rooms. I went ahead and got a device. I do have Spectrum coming on. What day did I have Spectrum coming? Sunday. That way it gives me enough time to get the network rack up, get the UDM Pro SE up. Let me see if I can cut this. Yep. At least get one of the APs up. So I went ahead and got this. Decided to go a little old school. it's not. There we go. So, telephone coming in, and then the ones going out. My security system is a smart security system, so it won't work with this. It uses cellular anyways if it's not on Wi-Fi. I have this for the coax. So in the middle, in, the rest out. So I'll put that in the network box along with the cables. To run the new lines, just gonna go to the rack. I went ahead and got these. I'll drill a hole saw, place it in there, locks in, and I got two for right now. My original plan thinking was one for cables for all the rooms, one for the APs, and then one for security, but I'm gonna have about, 3, 2, 5, maybe 6, maybe 7 security cameras, or I have 5 on hand right now. So I don't need a whole second one for just one. So I might do AP security cameras on one, and then the rest on this one. I don't know, we'll see. I thought these were gonna be a little bit bigger, so a little bigger in the picture on Amazon. Or then, if it's gonna be too small, I can always order more, and there's 2 separate runs for each one. So I don't know, we'll see. So there's the update to part 2. Hopefully in the next day or so, I'll be able to finish up the network rack, and that'll be part 3. And then once I get the internet up and going, I'll set up the Abode security system. Plan is to run a temporary wire here. I'm gonna swap this out with this. So I'm gonna replace this with a 1 plug here, and then the network jacks at the bottom. You can do a network or you do a coax, but I'm gonna do 2 networks, or 1 network, 1 telephone, because I might have a telephone in here. So we'll see. But I'm just gonna run a pre-made cable, just run it through here, have it come out here, set the Abode right there, and have the camera face at the front door. So, yeah. Like I said, I got the gimbal up and running. I just gotta play with it. Sometimes it's a little wonky, but we'll see. But other than that, yep, got this for, I'll probably just run this for the AP. AP is gonna probably go right on the edge of there. That way I can get coverage outside and coverage by the front door. So, yep. That's pretty much it for this, and I'll see you in part 3.